place, and I'm the president of the current board of MACE, and we acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today and their continuing connection to the land, sea and community. We pay our respects to them and their culture and to the elders both past and present. I would like to welcome Mr Robert Mitchell, MP member for McEwen, the councillors of the Mansfield Shire and fellow board members, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the board members over the last 35 years who have worked towards the acquisition of the original MACE building and the shop beside under which this new facility is built. And I'd just like to thank you because we are so appreciative of all those past members of the board of management of MACE to achieve what we've achieved today. And now I would like to hand over to our current CEO, Mr Paul Sladen. Thank you.
Thank you, Bev. Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to begin by acknowledging the Tungarung people, the traditional owners of the land on which this fantastic facility is built. I pay my respect to them and their culture and to the elders both past and present. This is certainly an honour for me to be up here today. Realisation of 10 years hard work to make a facility or create a facility for the future of learning here in Mansfield. Learning in the terms of adult learning and lifelong learning. 35 years ago, a group of people, a group of visionaries, Mansfield locals got together and decided to form such an organisation. And I'm very pleased to acknowledge two founding members who are here today, in Diana Kilford, Nee Pappas, and also Betty Gerrits. So Diana and Betty, thank you very much for Little did they know that 35 years later we would have an organisation that employs roughly 50 people and contributes $2 million to the local economy. So well done for your vision 35 years ago. I'm here to thank the partners who have assisted MACE in the realisation of this facility. I'd like to begin with the current board of management, and as Bev mentioned, certainly the previous boards of management, because this is a project that we've been working on for many, many years. So I acknowledge the hard work that those individual volunteer community members have contributed to today. The Australian government, if it wasn't for their funding of the program, the Teaching and Learning Capital Fund, in which we received the funding for this facility, I thank them, and I'll say a bit more about them later. The Victorian Government, through the Department of Planning and Community Development, their Modernising Neighbourhood Houses program, and I'd like to acknowledge Cherie Brown and Ross Tinkler from DPCB who are here today. A bloke I met, I think only 2 years into the job, turns out a bit of an architect by the name of Tim Whitefield. Tim has been with us on the journey through varying plans and processes to get this facility done, and so Tim, 8 years ago, we finally got there, mate. So thank you for your hard work on this project. To Jim Basham, Raffendale nominees, Jim is a former treasurer and indeed a life member of the organisation. Jim did a brilliant job, completed it on time, completed it under budget by $537.37. And Mr Mitchell, I was a bit upset that the government asked for that $537. So maybe you can do something about that for us. No, Jim was absolutely brilliant with the whole dealings with the construction of the building. Not only as a master craftsman with his building techniques, but he also provided a lot of advice and a lot of support for the organisation along that. And a bit later we're going to show a bit of a slideshow. You won't be forced to watch it, but it'll be on if you want to watch it. And you'll see photos of a young Jim building the old house, which he then, many years later, turned around and knocked down. So there's a good footage there. The local contractors as well, and many of them are here today. We're very pleased that 97% of the contractors who worked on the construction of this building were locals, and I thank Jim for organising that as well. It's a common perception that MACE is a government organisation. We're not. We're a community organisation. This is the Mansfield Community Education Centre. And without our community partners, we wouldn't be here today. And I'd like to acknowledge a few of them. The Mansfield District Community Bank, the Mansfield Bushmarket Committee, Mansfield Youth 3A, Rotary Club of Mansfield, Mansfield Garden Club, and getting a bit dry up here, Northeast Newspapers, who all donated funds for this building. Earlier I mentioned board members, and Bev touched on it earlier as well. This has been a project that's been happening for some time. If I can just indulge for one moment, there is one person I would like to single out, and that's the late Ian Crawford. Ian, former treasurer and president, and it was Ian who single-handedly got the title to this land returned to the community from the CAE in Melbourne. Thanks, Ian. Ian was a great mentor. He was a great support to me in my early days, and he was responsible for organising the purchase and overseeing the purchase of the old shop next door, and really did push to make this a reality. And I'm very pleased to have Avis Crawford and his extended family, grandkids and children here today. So to the Crawford family, thank you. To the staff, I thank you for all the putting up with me, with the relocation, the trainers. It's been very difficult until we got back into the new building. So your patience and understanding was greatly appreciated. And also to the students. Firstly, I thank you for choosing MACE as your preferred provider, but also it's been a bit hard for them in terms of not knowing where their classes are going to be run, but now that we have this facility, that is overcome. Finally, to my family, for being a grumpy old bastard, that's what it says here. Thanks for your support and encouragement. Okay, I mentioned earlier our community partners, and one of them was the Mansfield District Community Bank. We are standing in the Community Bank training room, and I'd like to ask Maz Dowling, President of Mansfield District Community Enterprises, to come up and just say a few words.
Thank you, everybody, and it's a very proud moment to be standing here, particularly in this room, which is named after the bank. Listening to Paul talking about the journey, that at the time that it takes to, and the number of volunteer hours and the people's commitment that it takes to get a facility up and running like this, I can empathise, Paul, as you know, with the community bank. It was a similar project, but not quite as long, 5 years to date, so, and going strong. But what the community bank are about is the same as what this community centre is about, is we're building partnerships. So what we're doing is we're value adding to the things that we already have in our community. We're a small community, but we're a strong community, and we're very diverse. And for us to be continually providing opportunity, which I believe particularly this organisation does provide, and choice. Now, there are two very, very special components that everybody should be entitled to in their life: choice and opportunity. And if we have those things and we grab them with two hands, and in Mansfield we do grab those things with two hands, we can really, really strengthen our town, not only economically, but socially. And we're enhancing the social wellbeing of our community, and we're enhancing the economic development of our community. So to me, those things are really important. We've got choice, opportunity, we've got economic and social opportunity and development. And without those things, our town won't progress. So what this facility has provided in the partnership with the bank is that we have created an opportunity with the council, and it's a project called Capable and Cohesive Communities. And I think that in itself speaks for itself. It explains that we're quite capable of achieving our goals, and if we stay cohesive and strong and our partnerships mesh together, we can actually achieve anything. So I would encourage you to embrace this facility. It's there for you as a community. You've put it here. The people of Mansfield have put this facility here for you to use, and I would encourage you to use it as often as you possibly can. Thank you.